Shirley Chisholm broke barriers as the first black woman to run for president in 1972. Today, Kamala Harris stands at the threshold of history, continuing that legacy. But how did we get here? Let's look at 5 key moments in civil rights and political equality that set the stage for Harris's rise to power. Welcome to Whispered Tales by Joe, where history meets today's world. In each quiet moment, we uncover lessons from the past that resonate with our lives now. Let's journey back in time together. At number 5, we begin with the Montgomery bus boycott of 1955, a defining moment that sparked a new wave of activism. Rosa Parks' courageous refusal to give up her seat became a symbol of resistance, and the boycott led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. mobilized a community for over a year, proving that ordinary people could make extraordinary changes. This boycott wasn't just about buses, it was about dignity and equality. It laid the groundwork for future civil rights actions by showing the power of collective resistance. As we reflect on the power of collective action, we're reminded of the words of Rosa Parks. Each person must live their life as a model for others. Her quiet defiance became a catalyst for change, showing how individual courage can inspire a movement. For Kamala Harris, the lesson here is the power of standing firm for justice, even in the face of overwhelming odds, something she continues to embody. At number 4, we have the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom in 1963, where over 250,000 people gathered to demand civil and economic rights. Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech captured the aspirations of a generation, calling for a future where all Americans would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. This march was a turning point that brought national attention to the struggles of African Americans, leading to significant legislative changes, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964. In the midst of the struggle, Dr. King found hope. Out of the mountain of despair, a stone of hope. These words remind us that even in the darkest times, the dream of equality can inspire generations to come. Kamala Harris, the first black woman vice president, stands on the shoulders of those who dreamed of equality. Her presence in the highest echelons of government is a testament to the dreams of those who marched that day. At number 3, we celebrate Shirley Chisholm, the first African American woman to run for president in 1972. Chisholm's campaign broke barriers, challenging both racial and gender norms in American politics. Her slogan, Unbought and Unbossed, captured her fearless independence and commitment to representing the underrepresented. Though she didn't win, Chisholm's campaign laid the groundwork for future generations of women and people of color in politics, proving that they, too, belonged in the highest offices. Shirley Chisholm's words remind us of the power of action. You don't make progress by standing on the sidelines, whimpering, and complaining. You make progress by implementing ideas. Her life was a testament to the courage needed to push boundaries and create change. Kamala Harris carries forward Chisholm's legacy as a woman of color who is unapologetically bold in her leadership, continually challenging the status quo and inspiring others to dream big. At number 2, we have the Voting Rights Act of 1965, a landmark law that prohibited racial discrimination in voting. This act was the result of relentless efforts by civil rights leaders including John Lewis and Fannie Lou Hamer, who faced violence and intimidation to secure this basic democratic right. The act transformed American politics, enabling millions of African Americans to participate fully in the democratic process for the first time. As the struggle for voting rights reached a fever pitch, the words of James Weldon Johnson's anthem echoed through the movement. Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. This hymn became a unifying force, inspiring all who fought for their right to vote. As Vice President, Harris has been a vocal advocate for voting rights, understanding that protecting this fundamental right is essential to a functioning democracy. Her work echoes the battles fought by those who came before her. And at number 1, we have the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. This act, signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson, was a monumental step towards achieving legal equality in America. The act paved the way for further legislation and greater social change, laying the foundation for a more inclusive society. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reminded us that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. His words capture the essence of the civil rights movement, a relentless pursuit of equality, no matter how long the journey. As the first woman of color to hold the office of Vice President, Kamala Harris is a living embodiment of the progress made possible by this act. Her role signifies that while the fight for equality continues, significant strides have been made. These pivotal moments in civil rights history laid the groundwork for leaders like Kamala Harris to emerge, reminding us that progress is often born from struggle. Their stories show that the journey toward equality is ongoing, with each generation building upon the last. From whispered dreams to marching feet, a fight for rights, a call to meet. The ballot box, a sacred place, where every voice can leave a trace. From fields and streets to courtroom halls, they stood for freedom, broke down walls. A cry for justice, loud and clear, for votes for all, both far and near. The road was long, the struggle steep, with countless promises to keep. Yet here we stand on justice's ground, with freedoms earned where rights abound. So lift your voice, let justice ring, for every vote means everything. From past to now, the fight lives on, a legacy that won't be gone. Yes, that is the poem to summarize the progress has been made on the voting right in America. Which civil rights leader do you think had the most profound impact on Kamala Harris' path? Let us know in the comments below. Join us tomorrow as we explore the fight for women's suffrage and how it paved the way for female leaders like Harris to thrive in today's political landscape. Until then, keep listening to the whispers of history. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for